How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another update with the RCR World Tour. So what we're going to get on to first is we're just going to take a look at the leaderboard for our recent tournament, which is the Dubai Duty Free Irish Open, hosted by the Rory Foundation. Now, for any of you who who weren't aware, this is hosted at my own course, the Old Head Golf Link. So this is one I just designed recently in the run up to Christmas. It is an RCR. I actually got quite a few messages throughout the week, kind of people who were a bit astonished at how a course like that could be a real life course. But yeah, it is. It's pretty breathtaking down there. Um, Definitely one that put the fear of God into you on some of those holes, especially the 17th. Um, but yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic course. So I hope I've just done it justice. Another quick thing which I thought was pretty cool was it was in the top 40 of most played courses last week, which is kind of cool. So I have that to claim as well, which is kind of cool. So here we go. We have the winner now. For we kind of spoke about it in the video earlier on in the week, where we were kind of saying that we need a miracle to stop Pippi Stein, who's pretty much won, I think it's 6 out of the 7 events he's played in. And yes, he was beaten this week, as you can see, by 2 shots. Um, Again, a relatively new arrival, 10 Bob Note, who pipped him there by 2 shots. Again, it was very, very tight. It was something that I really, really wanted to see with this tournament. And the reason why I picked my own course was I knew that it gave everyone an awful lot of opportunities to score. And by doing that, it would just create a really, really tight leaderboard. And I think that has shown there. I mean, the top 10 there, there's not a whole pile separating it. I mean, you can see everyone there kind of shot in the high 50s, low 60s, and it was just a case of, the odd miss putt here or there. Like for myself, opened up at a 58, was really, really nice, really, really good opening round, and I suppose just couldn't follow it up. I mean, putts missed here, there, and just ran out of time to catch him back. I think I was 6 under for both rounds through 14 holes, and then just went on a run and buried the last 4 holes of both rounds and managed to rescue 262s out of it. So it's just, I found that it was a course that would give you all the opportunities you wanted to score, and the only defense that was really there was the actual wind. So essentially, if you didn't score well, then there wasn't really a whole pile to give out about, and that's kind of what I wanted to achieve, and I think we nailed that this week. So like I said, a really, really packed leaderboard. On the first page there, an awful lot of regulars there that we used to see some really, really good scores. Like I said, Phoebe Stein just pipped by 2 shots. Then we have 20 really golf who's played really well lately, and Paul Chambers there is playing fantastic golf. He's actually in the run for our Ryder Cup team. So for anyone who wants to play in the Ryder Cup team versus the TaylorMade RCR World Tour, then just give me a shout. I think we've 12 listed at the moment, which is the minimum we need for the team. So if there's anyone else who wants to qualify for that, just pop me a message and let me know, and we'll put you onto the list. And then at the end of the season, we'll see how the team is looking. Again, on the second page here, some really, really good scores coming in. Eric finished off. It was funny. I was chatting to Eric over, throughout the week, and he was mad about taking his shortcuts, and we reckon that the one shortcut he took that went out of bounds was one that cost him a place in the top 10. So he wasn't overly happy about that when he finished up, but still some great scoring there. I'm just going to move down through the leaderboard there. What we're also going to do is just going to go through the next event that's on this week. It's on the first 3 days of the week, which is the Aberdeen Asset Management Scottish Open, which is a mouthful and a half. Okay, so moving down again, and you can see here, like, we're still in the top 30, and I mean, there's still some awesome scores here. It's still like well under par, which is just great to see. There's also just want to thank, I suppose, everyone who messaged in throughout the week as well. Just pass on their message about the course, pass on the message about they really enjoyed the tournament. I mean, that was absolutely fantastic to hear, and I really, really appreciate those. Now, I do have a new project at the moment, working on the Ballesteros course at RCR. It's just the home of the Amiga European Masters, So like I said, I'm just trying to use all the feedback I got from the guys, and use that going forward, just so I can, I suppose, improve my design. Like, I just look, old head looks really really nice, but it's not perfect, and I just want to get better and better each time. So we're still here under par. There's a lot of really new names. It's awesome to see that. It really really is. I like to see more and more golfers are joining into the tour, and that they're hanging about for a bit, because I can recognise a few of these names from the last few tournaments, and it's just great to see that everyone's enjoying it. The only thing I am disappointed about this week was we didn't actually have an Irish winner. I was kind of hoping after my first round I might be able to push on, but at the other side I'm kind of glad I didn't win, because if I won then I might get a little bit of abuse about winning on home soil and, you know, fixing the tournament to my advantage. So yeah, there's kind of a plus and a minus to not winning, I suppose. Okay, and so there you have it for the overall leaderboard. So what we're going to do is just going to take a look at the event that we've got coming up this week. So the overall points haven't been adjusted yet. I thought that would have been done by now. Evidently not. So what we're going to do is just pop in and just going to have a look at the conditions set up so far for the Aberdeen Asset Management. One thing I have done, I made a change, I don't know if anyone's really noticed, was the actual gameplay settings. So what I've done, as opposed to having the settings fixed so that everyone plays the same settings, what I've done is I've basically set all our standard tournaments to any, so that if anyone actually wants to play our tournaments in kind of like a true simulation, or maybe reducing some of the aids, I mean, if it basically, I've just left it open for that. I suppose the reason why I did that more than anything else was just some people prefer to play in true sim, or just in a different experience to the rest of us, and at the end of the day I want people to be able to do that while enjoying the RCR World Tour. The tournaments that haven't changed would be our majors. Those are still going to be fixed. Everyone is still going to be playing the exact same conditions for those, but the rest of them are wide open. Okay, so we have the Aberdeen Asset Management here at Loch Lomond, so it's par 71, normal fairways, firm greens, medium green speed, so it's definitely a course where I feel like you can really go and attack it. It's tight enough, so just make sure you hit those fairways. You miss those fairways, it becomes an absolute animal. I played it in my practice just when I was scouting for the season, just to see what courses I want to play in, and I didn't have the best of rounds whatsoever, and just it was so hard. It was just it was one of those times where I was just hitting the ball literally sideways off the tee, and just I think trying to scrape pars was just, it was hard. It was so hard, but I'm hoping this time I can kind of recover from it. As you can see that we have we've already roughly about 10 people out there at the moment, even though the tournament's only a couple of hours live. But look, it's open for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's a 2-round tournament, nice and quick. It's the last event before our British Open. I had a misprint last night. I was saying that it was the road to Carnoustie. It's actually the road to Muirfield. I made a slight change around Christmas time, which I evidently forgot. So it's Muirfield is where the Open Championship is on this season, as opposed to Carnoustie. So this is the last event before that. This is also event number 5 on the Rolex series, so I'm going to have a leaderboard up for that pretty soon, an updated one. So I'm pretty sure we have the first 2 events, which were the Scandinavian Masters and the BMW PGA Championship. So I just got to update the French Open and the Irish Open into that, just to give figures. For anyone who's looking to partake in the Rolex series, sadly the tournament, or the series, is no longer open, because you need to play a minimum of 5 events. So if you played the Irish Open and you hadn't played before it, that's your first of 5 events, and you need to play the rest of them throughout. You'll notice them by the little star at the end of the title. We have a few more coming up as well, so just to remind you there. So yes, we had the Nordia Scandinavian Masters, we had the PGA Championship, Open de France, Irish Open, Scottish Open, and then we have the European Open, so the Porsche European Open, the Smurfit European Open, and the British Masters. In case you're confused as to why we have 2 European Opens, this one was, I was literally just looking to fill out the schedule and threw in, it's an old tournament from the tour for anyone who is familiar with the European Tour back in the early 2000s, late 90s. This was a kind of a pivotal event on the tour, a very, very main event, which was held at the K Club. Just in case you're not familiar as well, Dunholm Manor is pretty much the K Club. There's like one change from it, but that is essentially the K Club if you haven't played it. And those are going to be the events for the Rolex series. Okay, so that's it for the update today. Hope you enjoyed the Irish Open. Hope you enjoyed the Scottish Open that started this week, and we'll see you again after the tournament in the prep for the Open Championship. Alright guys, see you later.